Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. Manchester United have got off to an awful start to the league campaign. Defeat against Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace, and lightning has struck twice. They beat us at Old Trafford last season. Patrick Van Arnold with the goal, making it really sticky for us. And without PVA today, they did the same thing again, beating Manchester United. Wilfried Zaha was on form, and Andros Townsend got the goal in the first half to give them that start that they needed. But Manchester United today were just not good enough. There are so many reasons I can think of. And before we get into the reasons for off the pitch why we weren't good enough, let's get into the reasons on the pitch, because that's the most important thing. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, team selection, incorrect. I believe he made the wrong team selection today. Look, I'm already unsure about our centre-halves. We can talk about them for as long as we want. But when you look in that midfield area, Paul Pogba should not have started today against Crystal Palace. He's had coronavirus. He's been out of training. He's not been fit. He wasn't playing in the international break. And yet we started him in a Premier League game against Crystal Palace today. I just don't get it. And it was so clear he was off the boil, out of the races, out of shape, whatever you want to say. It was so clear. He made like 3 fouls in the first minute. He made 3 misplaced passes in the first 15 minutes. He wasn't quite at the races, and he wasn't the only one. I seen Bruno giving the ball away and having to chase his passes back. Scott McTominay, Daniel James couldn't cross his legs. There were issues all over the pitch. But the one player you expect a little bit of quality from, a little bit of, va-va-voom, is Paul Pogba. And we didn't have that because he didn't have the quality. And you felt sorry for the midfield, the defence, because the midfield was breaking down and it was coming straight back at him whenever that Crystal Palace would counter-attack. But the defence was so poor today. Timothy Fosu-Mensah, I thought, was one of the better ones out of that defence. Luke Shaw, what were you doing, bro? Why are you at centre-back, centre-mid, right-back, everywhere apart from left-back? Why are you doing it? I don't get it. He played well against Aston Villa. He was bombing forward, getting forward, attacking. And then in this game, what are you doing? As soon as teams sit back with 2 banks of 4, 2 banks of 5, whatever, Luke Shaw starts to think, all right, I'm just going to go sideways. Let me be the crab that I am again. I don't get it. Bomb forward, run at these, get at them. You're playing for Man United. Think about our fullbacks down the years. Dennis Irwin, Patrice Evra, Gary Neville, Owen Hargreaves, Wes Brown. All these players, Raphael, they got forward. They did the defensive duty, but they also got forward. And you can see why we're linked to the likes of Alex Telles and Sergio Reguilon, because we need a different dimension up that left fullback position. At centre-half, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof just weren't good enough today. They weren't good enough. Weren't £110 million worth of defender, please. You've got to be stronger. You've got to bully people at Old Trafford. Harry Maguire, you're our captain. You're wearing the armband. Act like it. Control your line. Speak to your defence. Demand more out of them. I never see him bollocking anybody. Victor Lindelof makes a mistake. It's all right. Come on, get in line. Luke Shaw all right, come on. Fucking bollock someone. Pretend they're the Greek police or something. I don't know. Do something. Pretend you're on Mykonos Strip. Because when you're at Manchester, when you're at Old Trafford, you're not quite doing it. You don't have no aggression there. And we need to see that from a Manchester United captain and centre-half. I want to see you leading that line. And I want to see you having a little bit more aggression in you when you're dealing with your teammates and your opposition. Bollock them if you need to. You're Manchester United captain. And I feel like maybe Harry Maguire feels like he don't deserve that armband because he plays like it. He maybe plays like, I ain't a Man United captain. But we need you to believe you are Manchester United captain. You are here. You're an £80 million defender. Now play like it, please. Play like it, please. Pogba in the middle, poor. Shouldn't have started today. Why are you starting? Why not start Donny van der Beek? He played with Scott McTominay at Villa Park. Donny van der Beek's been in international duty, UEFA Nations League, pre-season with Ajax. Why didn't we start him today? I know he hasn't played in the Premier League before. I know he hasn't played at Old Trafford before. But he was the one that was fit. And we saw when he come on, occupying spaces in between full-backs, centre-backs, between centre-backs and central midfielders, getting in between the lines, demanding the ball, asking for the ball, and then coming on and scoring a goal as well. Absolute quality. And I would have liked to have seen Donny van der Beek start today. But then we get to the further field, that front four, the ones that we're expecting to shine for Manchester United and win the game for us. Bruno Fernandes, whilst he did some very pleasing things like chasing people back and winning tackles and doing those kind of things, there weren't any quality there from Bruno Fernandes today. Marcus Rashford, I love Marcus Rashford. Everyone knows I love Marcus Rashford. But was he playing today? Was he out there today? Because there was a few times when I forgot. I didn't even mention him during the game. because I just couldn't remember he was playing. It was poor. Now, I know he missed England international duty with injury. I know he missed, towards the end of last season, he had some injuries. But come on, Marcus, you are playing, you are starting, so that means you must be fit, right? So do something then. Daniel James on the right, okay, he's out of position. That's fair enough, I understand. He's better at left wing. But bro, he can't cross his legs. He can't complete a pass. Like, he's just pace. He's just pace. I remember when people used to talk about Usain Bolt playing for Man United, and I used to laugh it up thinking the geezer's just got pace. Why are people even talking about this? Well, you know what? Maybe it was possible because Daniel James plays for us now, and I don't see any footballing ability in there. Like, I'm sorry to say it, and I know we need signings, but we didn't need signings to beat this team today. We had a good enough team. We had a good enough squad. We had one player out injured in Axel Tuanzebe, and we went out there and we were poor. Anthony Martial, he didn't have much service, and he did show a few signs at times, but he didn't look like he did for France. He didn't look great for United today. And again, we need to see more from him. But I don't think Martial was the problem today. I think the midfield was the major problem. McTominay, Pogba, Bruno further ahead of them. We just lost possession way too many times. The defence, out of shape, out of position, dragged all over the place. No leadership, no heart, no nothing. Dragged all over the place. Zaha and AU had such an easy time of it. And then when you're asking us to get back into the game, at 1-0, I felt like the best we could have hoped for was a draw. Like, that's fucked. At 2-1, we finally get it back and we concede. That's fucked. Now, I know we haven't got the players that we wanted, the signings that we wanted, the transfers that we wanted, but that isn't an excuse for today. That isn't an excuse for today because we had the team out there. Now, you can speak to Ed Woodward, you can speak to the Glazers, you can go to them and say, well, you can't speak to them because they don't speak to fans, the pricks they are. But you can moan about them all you want. But today is no excuse. Today we should have won this game. Off the pitch, though, they need to sort it out. How are we, Manchester United, supposedly the biggest club in the world, when they want to sell a commercial deal or they want to sell some bullshit to fans or they want to do something on the telly, but when it comes to transfers, we don't act like the biggest club in the world. When it comes to transfers, we don't do it. We get into the Champions League spots and think, all right, cool, we're just going to chill now. Well done, Ollie, we're going to chill. Meanwhile, Chelsea are spending 250 million. The champions are still improving their team with Bayern Munich's best midfielder. City are going to continue to spend. And then what? We've got to look over our shoulder at Spurs and Arsenal and even fucking Everton. Like, what are these like doing? Do they want us to have to spend 200 million next year once we're knocked out of the Champions League spots just to try and get us back into it? Or why not spend some money now and fucking help us maintain a team that can maintain the challenge and stay in the top 4 and hopefully close that gap further to 1 and 2. But like Steve said earlier, we haven't got owners or a chairman or a CEO or anyone like that actually has the drive, the want, the desire to bring trophies back to Manchester United. Like, we have never won a trophy because of the Glazers. We have never won a trophy because of the Glazers. From 2005, any success we've had has been in spite of the Glazers, not because of them. I remember when I used to say, like, under Fergie, like, yo, these Glazers don't back us. They've been fucking us for years. And people used to say, oh, shut up, Adam. You're still making signings. You're still winning trophies and this, that, and the other. That was because of Fergie's genius. We haven't got Fergie's genius anymore. And we're exposed. We are now just a Champions League team. Champions League team. We've turned into the new Arsenal. Next, we'll be celebrating Paul Pogba signing a new deal like it's a fucking new player. And we know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. Sad times to be a Man United fan. Anyway, I am frustrated, but it is first game. So I'm hoping these boys can pull it out of the bag and fucking do something. But the board need to help the manager and the team, man. They really do. They really do. But also, Ollie needs to help himself. And there's some decisions that are no-brainers that he overlooked, in my opinion, today. And we paid for it. Anyway, guys, that has been my review. Make sure you're keeping it locked. You're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. Check out the fan cams over on Stretford Paddock as well. And tomorrow we got 7 reasons why Manchester United lost, although I'm already sure you know most of them. Until then, I've been AdamMcKola. You lot have been legends. I'm out of here.